Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another Marvel Legendary video. We're going to be doing our unboxing and overview of 2099, the newest expansion for Marvel Legendary. Finally, after 2 weeks, got it, but we've got it here, and I just want to say that this artwork is pretty rad. I'm digging this artwork quite a bit. It really reminds me of the Dormammu card from Doctor Strange, and that was like one of my favorite artwork, so I got to see who the artist is, but this... really liking this artwork quite a bit. So let's go and get this open here. I do know some of the new things that have been added, but for the most part, I've kind of kept a lot of it spoiler-free for myself. And I don't really know what the cards do specifically, so... Alright, let's get that gone. Get that out of here. Let's get this opened up. Okay, so we got this. Alright, so I know we have Marvel Knights. Alright, so here's our rules here. I'll put that up there. So we get Marvel Knights and Spider Heroes. Let's go over the keywords. Excuse me. So we got cyber mods for heroes. In 2099, weak organic flesh is quickly becoming obsolete. Desperate heroes work with the underground hacker docs to augment their bodies with cybernetic enhancements, unleashing new power. This is represented by cyber mod keyword. Some heroes say things like cyber mod black, draw a card. You may use a cyber mod only if you have a card of the listed hero class in your victory pile. So likewise, you can use cyber mod blue, 3 blues to get 2 attack only if you have 3 blue cards in your victory pile. So it's like you've got to send stuff undercover. It says heroes that use cyber mods have ways to send cards undercover. This may help you put the right cards in your victor pod to activate the cyber mods. Cyber tech that is infused with Hulk 2099 with gamma rays lets you push his pain under the surface, channeling into even more strength and rage. Accordingly, Hulk 2099 can send wounds undercover and use cyber mod wound abilities in the same way. Okay, interesting. So you send stuff undercover to get those abilities. Okay, cyber mods for enemies. So some enemies say cyber mod 3 red for plus 3 attack. Villains and masterminds use their cyber mod abilities only while there are cards listed in the hero of the hero class in the escape pile. So likewise, if a villain says fight cyber mod black, kill one of your heroes, you use that ability only if there is a black card in the escape pile. So cyber mods for heroes are in your victory pile. Cyber mods relating to villains and the masterminds are for the escape pile. A villain escapes the city with a captured hero. That hero card stays in the escape pile and can help activate enemy cyber mod. Cyber mod enemies also have ways to put heroes directly into the escape pile, helping their cyber mods. Faded future, so another keyword here. So Marvel 2099 shows a chilling vision of what could come to pass if the characters of the Marvel universe don't change Earth's fate. Sometimes fate seems inevitable until someone finds the courage to turn the future in a new direction. This is represented by the new Faded Future keyword. When you play a card with Faded Future, you may put it on the bottom of your deck. So this helps you draw the card again more quickly than when you discarded it, waited for it to discard. You can predict future. You can predict the future or when you'll see it again. You can also increase the chance of you multiple faded future cards in the same powerful hand once you get to the bottom of your deck. So Faded Future, when you play a card with Faded Future, you may put it on the bottom of your deck. So we'll have to see what that looks like when it comes to, kind of comes up some of the card effects. And then it has sending heroes to other places. So if you play a card and send it undercover, or if you place it on the bottom of your deck with Faded Future, you still get its attack and its recruit. If you play a green hero and send it somewhere this way, you play a green hero, so you can still use the green hero power, the superpower. However, it's no longer among one of your heroes, the heroes you have. So anything that cares about that will make that difference. We have Uru enchanted weapons. These are back from Fear itself. So when you try to fight an enemy, so Uru enchanted weapons. When you fight an enemy that has a number of Uru enchanted weapons, reveal that many cards from top of the villain deck. That villain immediately gets plus attack equal to the total victory points of all the cards revealed. And this is whether you defeat the villain or not, you put all the cards that you revealed from the villain deck on the bottom of the deck in random order. Flipping cards for Uru Enchanted cannot end the game. If you run out of cards in the villain deck, shuffle the cards you've seen so far and keep revealing. If there's no cards left, then there's no attack bonus. So you could, in theory, like, you have 6 cards left in the Uru Enchant, or you have, 3 cards left in Uru Enchants for 6. You would like to repeat those essentially. Fight or fail. So enemies with Uru Enchanted weapons sometimes say fight or fail kill one of your heroes. To do the fight or fail effect, you successfully fight the enemy. Or if you try to fight them, but the Uru bonus caused you to fail. You don't fight an enemy unless you have enough attack to match its printed points. You can't just pretend to fight them and then, it doesn't matter. So, and then we have Adapting Masterminds, which is very fun to me because I like that ability a lot. 2099, Sinister 6, 2099, and Alchemix executives aren't just single masterminds. Instead, they're teams of arch villains working together. So basically, we'll shuffle all the tactics up and play them out, and we've got 4 different tactics that are their own thing. So let's just get into it here. Looks like Uru Enchanted's back, and Undercover's back, but Cyber Mods and Faded Future and New Words. Okay. All right, so let's get into it here. And it looks like 2099 Spider-Man is not going to be 222. Which I appreciate because, oh man, this artwork is so good. Ooh, I just bent the corner there. Uh-oh. Okay, let's open this with a knife so I don't damage the cards. Alright. Nothing like opening a brand new plastic off of brand new cards. Okay, let's look. There's Doom. Let's organize these here a bit. Ravage. Alchemix Executives. Alchemix Enforcers. False. I don't even know what this is. Acer of Alchemix. Ooh, those are all... Ooh, that'll be fun. Okay. While I'm opening this up, let's take a look at the schemes. So, subjugate Earth with mega corporations. It says setup, add an extra hero, 11 twists. So, on the twist, put the hero from the HQ under the bank into the Megacorp Domination stack, matching its hero class off to the board. Do the listed effect of the Megacorp. So, if it's Green Globe... each player discards a card with a crude icon. If it's yellow for Alchemix, each player discards a yellow hero or gains a wound. If it's red for Public Eye, each player discards 2 cards and draws a card. If it's B for Dominix, each player discards a card with an attack icon. If it's blue for Stark Fujikawa, a villain from your victor pile re-enters the city. And then evil wins when a single corporation has 3 dominations. So basically, you can force it if you've got the color variety to lose on the last one. Okay, we've got Become President of the United States. Ooh. 11 twists. Man, this artwork is so good. This artwork is so good. It's so, so good. Okay, so we have 11 twists. Once per turn, you may stack one of your non-gray heroes next to the scheme to earn 10 million votes for that hero name. If you do, you can also send one of your gray heroes undercover as Secret Service. Okay, that's nice. Twist. If there's a villain on the banker streets, the mastermind vows to crush crime, and you stack a twist next to the mastermind as 10 million votes. Otherwise, you may discard 2 cards to counter negative advertising. Shuffle the twist back into the villain deck and play the card from the villain deck. If you don't do this, stack the twist next to the mastermind as 10 million votes. When the mastermind is elected president by having 40 million more votes than the highest voted hero name. That sounds like a really fun scheme. That sounds like a really, really fun scheme. Okay, we've got Befoul Earth into Polluted Wasteland. Add an extra hero, 8 twists. Representing Toxic Sludge. Put this Toxic Sludge under the HQ space. No space can have 2 sludges under all spaces. No space can have 2 sludges unless all spaces already have 1. So you have to do 1 from each. To recruit a hero, you must pay 2 recruit for each toxic sludge under it. During your turn, if there is any sludge under the HQ, you may flush the toxic sludge into the river. If you do, then KO all the sludge and the heroes, all the sludge in the heroes in HQ space, and each player gains a wound. Evil wins when the hero deck runs out, or there are 8 toxic sludge under the HQ and or in the river / the KO pile. So basically, again, kind of the by the 8th twist, you kind of lose the game. And then finally, we have pull reality into cyberspace. A lot of pulling realities. 7 twists representing cyberspace. Special rules are enemies under a space under any cyberspace get +1 attack for each cyberspace on the board. They can also be fought with any combination of attack and recruit. Twists 1 through 5. Put the cyberspace base above the rightmost city space that isn't yet under cyberspace. Twist 6, put cyberspace on the mastermind. Twist 7, evil wins. So I think of these, probably the most interesting one is probably the president one and maybe the corporations one. Let me know which ones you'd like to see for the playthroughs. We're going to do 2 playthroughs, one on Friday and one on Saturday. So let me know which 2 schemes you'd like to see for those playthroughs. I need to record them in a couple days, so please comment on that. All right, so let's get into these heroes here. And I think let's get into the ones that we kind of expected, which we knew was going to be Spider-Man 2099. So we have his first commons are red. It's called Retractable Talons. 1 attack, you may send this undercover, and then Cyber Mod red, draw a card. So we've got 5 of those. We've got Venomous Fangs, Cyber Mod 2 red, draw a card. This other uncommon. Man, this artwork is good. This artwork is so good. We've got his uncommon here, Spider Silk Webbing. The next hero you recruit this turn goes on top of your deck, so basically it's Wall Crawl. And then play a green hero, Faded Future. And then we have his rare, which is a yellow, Spider Sense Telepathy. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may send one of them undercover, put the rest back in any order. You play a Spider-Man hero, you may play a copy of a card you sent undercover this way. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. See, this is interesting. The Cyber Mod thing is interesting because it feels like if you want to utilize, like you're going to lose your own cards, you have to send other stuff. So we'll see how this all ties out. But man, this artwork is so good. Okay, so there's Spider-Man. We have Ghost Rider, which we have Cyber Spectre's first common. Cyber Mod 1 for black, you get recruit. Cyber Mod 2 for 2 black, you get to draw a card. Which I imagine that means that if you have 2, you get both effects. Yeah, I think you get both effects if you have 2, right? Because you're satisfying 2 separate abilities. So I think you have both effects. Uncommon, oh, that's common. One of the commons. Hellride is his second common. You may send this card and a card from the HQ undercover. If you do, you get 2 attack. And then Cyber Mod 3 black, you get 2 attack. So you may send this card and a card from your HQ undercover. So it seems like what it's trying to do is you're going to recruit a lot of stuff, but you're going to thin your deck out, and your deck's going to be small, and you're going to reoccur those cards with like Faded Future. And then because of these Cyber Mod effects, like you're sending the additional cards and you're just basically playing your few cards, but they're very powerful. That's at least the way I kind of interpret kind of how these are wanting to work. All right, Beyond Death. If you play a Marvel Knights hero, you may KO a henchman for your victory pile. If you do, you get +2 attack, and you may do that henchman's fight effect. Okay, and then finally we have his rare, which is Infernal Chainsaw, 4 attack. You may send a card from the HQ undercover, Cyber Mod black, Faded Future, and you get +1 for each black card in your victory pile. Okay, interesting. Okay. We have Doom 2099. So first common, Subvert the New Future. To recruit, you may send this card and a card from the HQ. Oh, I'm sorry. You may send this card and a card from your hand or discard pile undercover. If you do, you get +1 recruit. I love that because it's just like helping you get rid of recruit cards. And you can get rid of gray cards. We have Doom Blast. Cyber Mod 1, Cyber Mod 1 blue, you get +1 attack. Cyber Mod 3, instead you get 3 attacks. So that's where the Ghost Rider card would differentiate. This says instead you do this. But the other thing, I think you get both effects for both. At least that's the way, that's the way I understand that. You get the recruit and the card draw, where in this case, If it didn't say instead, you would get for 1 attack and 3 attacks. So I think that's how that works. Okay, we've got Flesh Crafting Doombots, which is Flesh Grafted Doombot, sorry. Play a black hero. You may look at the top 3 cards of your deck. If you do, send one of them on the cover, put the rest back in any order. And then finally, Tear Through Time itself. You may send a card from your hand or discard pile on the cover, Faded Future, and then Cybermod Blue 2 times, so 2 blues. If you haven't taken an extra turn this game, you may take another turn after this one. Don't play a card from the villain deck at the start of the next turn. So you basically get that Doom tactic. Basically, this is also the same thing that gets utilized with one of the Fantastic Four characters. So yeah, nice. All right, we have Hulk 2099. Yellow here, Cybermod Wound, you get +1. Cybermod 4 wounds, instead you get +2 attack. We've got Push Pain Under the Surface. You may send a wound from your hand or discard pile under cover. And if you play a green hero, you may send a hero from your hand or discard pile under cover instead. Uncommon, we have Massive Gamma Detonation. To play this card, you must discard 2 cards or gain a wound. And then Faded Future, if you play a black hero, 5 attack. Wow, okay. And then finally, we have the rare Catalysmic Frenzy. For each player, either send a wound from that player's discard pile on a cover into your own victory pile, or that player gains a wound, and then Cybermod Wound, you get +1 attack for each wound in your victory pile. So I know stuff getting sent under cover gives you a victory point at the end of the game. But does this say anything about that? Cards that, yes. Oh, yeah, wait. When you send something undercover, isn't it worth 1 victory point? Maybe that's just for undercover, but it doesn't say that on here. Remind me. I'll look back at the rules, but I'm pretty sure. Okay, we'll look. We'll double check here in a minute. I'm assuming wounds don't do that. And then Ravage, the hero that I didn't really know the most about. So we have Down on the Dregs. To recruit, draw the card from the bottom of your deck. Okay, so it's really using that Faded Future ability. His next card is going to be Toxic Mutations. You get +2 attack and Faded Future. Play a green hero. We have Detect Vibrations. His uncommon. Reveal top 2 cards of the villain deck. Put them back in any order. Faded Future. And then finally we have Overhorns and Underhorns. Reveal a top card of your deck. You get + attack equal to the cost of it. Discard or put it back. If you play a Modern Knights hero, then do this again with the bottom card of your deck. So you can really just force stuff at the bottom. This is also combo well if you're trying to do stuff with the bottom of your deck, doing stuff with like throwing artifacts or whatever like that too. So, okay. So let's take a look. We have the Alchemex CEOs, and we have their epic sides on the back. So we have Avatar, CEO of Alchemex. He's 10 attack. Always leads to Alchemex Enforcers. And then we have add an extra hero to the hero deck. Adapt. Master Strike. Oh, excuse me. Man, I'm sorry about the yawn. So we'll adapt, but at setup, add an extra hero to the hero group, into the hero deck, and then a Master Strike is put the 2 highest cost heroes on the HQ into the escape pile, then Cybermod for blue. Each player would gain a wound. Adapt, fight. Each other player puts a non-gray hero from their hand or discard pile into the escape pile and adapt. His epic side's going to be 13 attack. Same thing, start with an extra hero group. Put the 3 highest cost heroes into the HQ, into the thing. Cybermod for blue. Each player gains a wound to the top of their deck, and then adapt. Each player puts a non-gray hero from their hand into their discard pile, or into the escape pile. So it has to be from their hand, and then, yeah, so, okay. We have Fearmaster, VP of the Public Eye. Fearmaster gets +1 attack for each gray hero you have. Master Strike is you put the 2 lowest cost heroes from the HQ into the escape pile, then Cybermod for yellow. Count the number of yellow cards in the escape pile. Each player discards that many non-gray heroes, then draws a card for each card discarded this way. Adapt, Fight each other player discards 2 gray heroes and adapt. So 7 attack there. He flips. Epic side's going to be 8 attack. He gets 2 for each gray hero. Put the 3 lowest cost. And then each player discards. Oh, it says each player discards that many non-gray heroes and draws 2 cards. Just 2 cards flat. And then adapt each... fight each other player discards 3 gray heroes. We have John Herod, Executive VP, 8+ attack. Cybermod, red, 2 red, he gets +5. And then Master Strike is put the 2 highest heroes in the HQ into the escape pile. Then Cybermod for red, you may pay 5 attack this turn to expose fake Captain America. If you do, KO one of your heroes. If you don't by the end of this turn, each player gains a wound after you draw your new hand, then adapt, and then fight, KO 2 of your heroes, adapt. On this side, he's 9 and 7. Oh, 7, so 16. Put the 3 highest heroes you can pay, and then Cybermod red, you may pay 7 this turn to expose fake Captain America. If you do, KO one of your heroes. If you don't, by the end of this turn, each player gains a wound, and then KO one of your heroes. Okay. Then finally, we have Tiger Wild, General of Alchemax, Elite. Cybermod, a green. Tiger Wild gets +1 for each green card in the escape pile. Master Strike has put the 2 leftmost heroes from the HQ into the escape pile. Cybermod for black, so he gets black and green. Each player reveals a black card or discards a card, adapt, and then fight, send a hero from the escape pile undercover, then adapt. And then his other side is going to be 11 attack, he gains 1, and then put the 3 leftmost heroes in the HQ, then Cybermod each player. Okay. So it's interesting because with this villain, with this henchman, or this with this mastermind, you're really wanting to kind of pay attention to what's in the HQ for when the effect pops off. And whether or not you want to like put stuff to the bottom after a Master Strike or recruit something to kind of stave off a negative effect. Okay, their villain group is going to be Alchemax Enforcers. So we have Jigsaw 2099. 6 attack, Jigsaw gets +1 for each bystander he has. Ambush, put the top card of the hero deck into the escape pile. Fight, KO one of your heroes. Cybermod green. If Jigsaw has no bystanders, he re-enters the city and captures a bystander for each green card in the escape pile. And then escape Cybermod green. Each player gains a wound. We have Venture. We have 2 copies of this. 5 attack, ambush, put the top card of the hero deck into the escape pile. Venture captures a bystander. Cybermod for blue. Venture also captures a non-green hero from your discard pile. And then fight, either KO the captured hero or choose a player to gain it. We have Wackoid. We've got 2 of these guys. Cybermod for yellow. Wackoid gets +1. Cybermod for 3 red. Wackoid gets +3. Ambush, put the top card of the hero deck into the escape pile. Wackoid captures all bystanders from other villains in the city. If he captures a bystander this way, each player gains a wound. And then we have 3 of these Cyber Nostras. Cybermod for black. Cyber Nostra gets +1 for each black card in the escape pile. Ambush, put the top card of the hero deck into the escape pile. And then fight, Cybermod for black, KO one of your heroes. So it's a little henchman-esque. Alright. We've got Sinister 6 2099, and there are 6 cards for them, which is actually super dope because there's no reason not to have 6 Mastermind cards. Okay, this will be interesting too. So Electro 2099, and he's got the setup, which is adapt. It says always leads an any Alchemax or Sinister villain group. So Sinister 6, you can use either of these Alchemax groups. And is there any other one that's applicable? I don't know. Master Strike is each player discards 3 cards, then draws a card, adapt, fight, you may discard any number of cards, then draw that many cards, adapt. It's 9 attack. If we look at the other side, it's 12 attack. Each player discards 4 cards, then draws a card, and then you may discard a card if you do draw a card. We have Goblin 2099. He gets -1 for each bystander in your victory pile. Master Strike, each player puts a bystander from their victory pile into the escape pile or gains a wound. And then fight, each villain in the city captures a bystander. Epic side's 14, same -1. Each player puts 2 bystanders from the victory pile into the escape pile, gains a wound, and then fight, each villain captures a bystander. We have Dr. Octopus 2099. Doc Ock gets +4 unless you played at least 8 cards this turn or have a hero that costs 8. It costs 8 this turn. Master Strike is each player discards cards whose total cost is 8 for that player or gains a wound. Fight, you may gain a hero from the HQ whose cost is at least 8. At least 8, so you can get something higher. Other side's going to be, he's +8 without that, so he's 16. And then each player discards cards whose total cost is exactly 8 for that player gains a wound. And then you get +4 usable only to recruit a hero that costs at least 8. So it's significantly harder. Yeah, so like it has to be exactly 8 over this one for the Master, but this is at least 8. Okay. We have Venom 2099. He's 10 attack. He gets -1 for each card you have that costs 2. Master Strike is each player KOs a card that costs 2 from their hand or discard pile or gains a wound. Fight, you may gain a hero that costs 2 from the HQ or KO pile. And then his other side, he starts with 13 health. Each player KOs a card that costs 2 from their hand or discard pile, gains a wound. And then you may gain a hero that costs 2 from the HQ or the KO pile. We have Vulture 2099. Vulture 2099 is 7 attack. Gets plus attack equal to the highest printed value of any villain in the escape pile, rooftops, or bridge. If there's any villains on the rooftops or bridge, one of them escapes and each player gains a wound. Adapt, you may move a villain, and then fight, you may move a villain to another city space if another villain's there, swap them. And then he gets plus attack for the 2 highest values among villains in the escape pile, rooftops, or bridge. If there are any villains on the rooftops or bridge, each of them escapes and each player gains a wound. And then it says when you fight him, you may move a villain to another city space. If another villain's already there, swap them. And then we have Sandwoman 2099. Sandwoman 2099 gets +2 for each villain in the city. You may either recruit or attack this turn, but not both. Ooh. And then fight, the next player may either recruit or attack in their next turn, but not both. So when you fight her, you're kind of like dealing with that. Okay, she's 6+ here, she's 7+ here, 7+3. And then similar thing there. Okay, so that's that. And I think with them, I mean, there you have to take out all the tactics. So it says a normal Mastermind has a Mastermind card and 4 tactics. An adaptive Mastermind has 4 or 6 tactics, which tactics currently on. Keep attacks face up and ignore the rest. In the setup, okay, likewise, when you fight an adapting Mastermind, you fight the tactic currently on top. I assume you have to just take them all out. Yeah, this set includes double epic Mastermind. During setup, all the tactics turn all the tactics on one side or to the much harder epic side. Don't change which side is face up when they adapt. Don't use these with schemes that call for the Masterminds to be shuffled into decks of non-double-sided cards. Okay. Now we have False Acer of Alchemex. We have Thor 2029. Uber Enchanted Weapons. Ambush, each player discards a card that costs 5 or more, gains a wound, so like you're worthy. Fight or fail, put a card that costs 5 or more from your discard pile on the bottom of your deck. And then it's fight effect is repeats with the ambush ability. We have 2 of them. We have Hela 2099. 2 Uber Enchanted Weapons. So that's looking at 2 cards, right? Yeah. When you would try to fight a villain that has a number of reveal that many cards. Yep. Okay. And then fight or fail a henchman from the victory pile enters play, and then escape. Each player KOs 2 henchmen from the victory pile, gains a wound. We've got 2 of those. We've got 2 Lokis here. Loki 2099. 2 Uber Enchanted. It says ambush. Shuffle a Master Strike from the KO pile back into the villain deck. Ugh. And then it says fight or fail. If this Uber Enchanted revealed any Master Strikes, play one of them. That's rough. Escape. Search the villain deck for a Master Strike and shuffle that villain it says search the villain deck for a Master Strike, shuffle the villain deck, and play that Master Strike if he escapes. And then finally we have Heimdall 2099. I'm so sorry. I'm like all tired. Uber Enchanted Weapon. Ambush. Heimdall 29 captures the bystander. Fight or fail if the Rainbow Bridge is empty. at the bridge is empty. And Heimdall, Uber enchanted revealed a villain. Weapon revealed a villain. That villain enters the bridge. That when a villain enters the bridge's way, shuffle a card from the bystander deck into the victory pile, under the villain deck. So it's like summoning somebody to the bridge. All right, and that's it. I'm going to double check Undercover, though, because I thought Undercover gave us victory points. I'm almost certain it does. Undercover came out in S.H.I.E.L.D., if I remember correctly. Ant-Man, Dimensions, Venom, Revelations, S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah, it says put that hero into your victory pile. It's worth 1 victory point. So I'm going to assume that Undercover, specifically that keyword... Well, okay. This doesn't specify. So Undercover as a keyword says to put that hero into your victory pile. It's worth 1 victory point. And then I think Black Widow... To do this ability when you... Okay, so it says in this case yeah, the Undercover, it says put that hero into your victory pile. It's worth 1 victory point. So specifically when you do that, it says put it in your victory pile. It's worth 1 victory point. It does not say that here anywhere unless I'm missing it. So when you send a wound Undercover, so when you send a wound from your hand or discard pile Undercover, the Undercover tells me that you're putting it into your victory pile. You get a point. Does that count for wounds? Let me know what you guys think. And if it's been discussed somewhere, please redirect me there. But I would think so. Because that's the point in sending it. Not the only point, but that's kind of the thing. Okay. So that's going to be it. Let me know which 2 schemes you'd like to see. We'll do a playthrough with... Well, some of them call for extra heroes. So we'll have to see how we want to do that. But let me know which 2 schemes you'd like to see, and that'll kind of dictate on how we're going to do the setups. Again, we're going to have a playthrough on Friday and a playthrough on Saturday to kind of cover both of the set. And yeah, that's going to be it. And then I'm really super excited to kind of integrate these into the other things. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out and going over this with me. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.